It always gets to this time of night. It's 10:26 for reference. And I have this dilemma of, do I go to bed and stare into my ceiling for 4 hours, or do I try and get something else on my list done? And the next thing I have to do for the day is writing, and that's kind of part of the difficulty of deciding to do it, because it's such a mentally taxing thing to sit down, and I try and make myself write for 1,000 words, which takes usually an hour, and you never want to start an hour-long task at the start of an hour-long task. So yeah, I'm just caught in this moment of indecision, and I thought I'd capture it for you. Hi, welcome to my writing vlog. I think that's what this video will be. I don't even really remember where I'm at in my story, so I'm going to briefly consult the document and return to you with a decision on what I will do tonight. Hi, yeah, so it's 2 seconds later and I have document opening block, which is a medical condition where you physically can't open the work you're supposed to be doing. And because of this, I've decided to take it as a sign to go to bed. So this video will resume shortly. Hi, welcome to the next day. I've been looking at my draft for a few minutes, and I think I'm kind of in a place where I could keep going with the next plot point that takes me towards my resolution and where I want to be at the end of the story, like a major plot point, and keep the story really tight. Or I could kind of expand the world a little bit and take the next chapter on a side quest, or a side step that's not directly linked to the main plot but kind of expands the world. Except I'm leaning towards side quest, side step option, but I'm not really sure what that should be, because I've done a few of these chapters in the past and I'm kind of running out of ideas for things people have in their life that are not work or family, or it's just kind of yeah. So I think the first point on the agenda is to finish the last chapter off, finish the conversation I left off in the middle of. But after that, I'm not really sure where I'll go. So this is really a discovery writing session where I'm kind of figuring it out. I have less of a plan than usual. But yeah, we'll see how it goes today. So we had to change locations to film this, but it's an hour later and we are done. Okay, so this is that date. I found a way to kind of combine my two potential paths and write a scene that wasn't quite filler, but also can kind of link into the next main plot point, but not can be another catalyst for it. So I'm quite happy with that and feeling good. And I think now I'm gonna do some reading, because I try and read every time I do writing. I try and write for an hour, read for an hour, because I find that kind of helps. And I started a new book. It's Katerina, I think it's called, and the protagonist in one part of the book is a young man and in one part he's older. So hopefully, I haven't got that far into it yet, so I can't really tell, but I'm hoping it will help with the voice of my character, even though, I'm 50,000 words in, so I have established a voice. Whether it feels authentic to a young man or not, I'm not really sure, but I do have a voice there. But yeah, just kind of always trying to sharpen that instinct for writing from a man's perspective, because that's something outside of my own like lived experience. So yeah, that's the update. Guys, I've never felt more personally victimized by a line in a book ever. I don't want to marry an aspiring writer who spends his life scribbling away in some room while I pay his bills. Thought I'd share. Hi, welcome back to our regularly scheduled filming location. I got back today and then had a nap, and now it is 11:21 and I can't sleep. Yeah, I'm as thrilled about that as you are. So I'm kind of caught in this moment of like, I have the mental energy to work on my novel, but I don't know whether I have the willpower side of things fully established. So I don't know what the alternative is, like mooch around for another 2 hours and doing absolutely nothing on the internet. But yeah, so that's just kind of where we're at, and I thought I would film this moment, which kind of now feels essentially stupid because I don't know that I am gonna write. Oh god. Okay. Yep. I don't know. In the next clip, I'll either be lighting John Wick or I won't. Okay, another writing session in the books. Another 1,000 words down. Feels good. I don't know, like, I'm kind of finding stepping stones as I go through and write each chapter, and they're not the stones I'm kind of expecting to find. Like, I kind of have a rough idea in my head of where I'm going, and some of the things that have come up in recent chapters haven't been things I expected to write, but it's kind of nice in a way to be surprised by where the story is going. And I think, you know, the developments that are happening are positive for the novel overall. So yeah, feeling good about that, and I will see you soon. Okay, welcome to 9:50 on a Wednesday night. Where am I at with this project? I feel like I haven't quite, there's a point in every project you reach where it all just feels a bit like you're cruising downhill. And everything gets a lot easier and you can see the end and you know you're going to get there. Like, you're so confident and it feels like you can taste it, and it makes everything, like the whole process, feel so much easier to get started and stay on track with, and you feel more motivated by that. And moral of the story is, I don't quite think I'm at that point yet. I feel like I'm in the last little uphill push before I reach that downhill where I can just coast. And I guess that kind of makes sense, because I'm still like 11,000 words away from my goal, and 11,000 words is nothing to sniff at. And I know the goal point won't be, like, when I have a completed draft, that won't be done. It'll still be, you know, like, there'll still be a lot of work to do on the story, and feedback to incorporate, and probably I will have to make it longer and flesh out bits. But there's such a different mindset when you're not like grinding out words every session, and you can just kind of sit back and look at the mess you've created. At least for me, that's like a different type of energy and a different kind of focus, but it's not as effortful. I'm gonna say this, and then in like however long it takes me to get there, a month, 3 weeks, whatever. 3 weeks feels very soon, but a month or 2 months, or however long it takes me to get there, then I'm gonna say, no, this is actually really hard. My story's not working. Why did I write this crap? But at the moment, I am just struggling with that little bit of pushing the rock up the hill, the final kilometer of the hill before we get to the top, and we can sit at the top for a bit and feel good about the project and feel good about the fact that we're almost at the end. And then we can roll the final bit down the hill and over the finish line. Yeah, I'm very loopy tonight. Yeah, so had a full day of doing stuff, and now settling in to write. Let's do this. Let's not have the next clip be me apologizing to you that I haven't been able to muster the energy. Let's have the next clip be that I wrote 1,000 words. There we have it, guys. I spoke it into existence, and now it is so. Okay, time to blow out John Wick. Let's count the casualties today. 4. Admittedly, 1 is very much my fault. Maybe they're all my fault. I don't know. But John Wick still as vindictive as ever. Oh, it's hard to get it to. Okay, there we go. That's done it. Getting low. Oh my god, it feels so good to have done that. It feels like such a pat myself on the back moment. Like, yeah, I got through another writing session. Like, I've had probably, I haven't done my monthly wrap up where I count how many words I've done this month, but I think I've had the best writing month I've ever had in April. Like, the most words I've ever done in a month, which feels kind of crazy, because all I'm trying to do every month is just get up to like a decent amount where I'm not ashamed to post the amount of words in my like short form content, like where I feel like, oh yeah, like it looks like she tried, you know. So to have my, like, one of my best months ever, it just feels a bit surreal. Yeah, I think I think the story is in an okay place. I'm not sure whether, like, I think the start, like maybe the first 10% of this book is quite strong, and then I think at the moment the stuff I'm writing is a little bit weaker, but I think it was always going to be a hard book to sustain over like a novel length, endeavor. So maybe it's okay that things are kind of tapering off, because then they'll ramp back up again just before the end, and it'll end on a strong note. As I don't know, that's how I'm kind of feeling about it. Yeah, I will see you in the next clip. I'm going to do some reading now.